One. Okay, great. So, a very warm good evening on behalf of whole Adroit India team. My name is Riya Chhabra. I'm a corporate lawyer with 6+ years of experience. I've worked with companies like Infosys, ISG, Icertis, Bright Night, and I've also consulted with various IT companies as well. And with that experience, I'll be conducting today's session. I'm also founder of Adroit India. Okay, so, throughout the session, we are going to learn a lot of things, and I'll make sure that the session is going to be highly fruitful for you. You guys will definitely get something out of it. If you are someone who is willing to create your career in corporate sector, for sure, this particular session is going to be helpful for you. So, can you just tell me like what you guys are doing currently? On the basis of that, it will be easier for me to explain things to you. So do let me know what you are doing currently, whether you are in law college, whether you are practicing, or whether you are someone who wants to shift your career from litigation to corporate. And accordingly, we'll be discussing more. Okay. Please drop me your introductions in the chat box. I want this session to be highly engaging. Mostly in all Netroid sessions, we allow our students to engage with the faculty. But considering the number of students, we are not allowing you to unmute yourself. But for sure, you can ask your questions in the chat box directly. Okay. So do let me know what you are doing currently, whether you are in final year, first year, what you are doing. All right. So I'll just start with a brief introduction about Ledroid and what do we do. Before that, just people who are attending Ledroid session for the first time, raise your hand. People who are doing Ledroid session for the first time, raise your hand so that I can get to know how many of you are newcomers over here. All right. Okay, I can see that most of you have already done several sessions from Ledroid, and we have very few new people over here. Great. So, what do we do? What Ledroid is about? Ledroid is an online legal edtech platform. We provide legal education to lawyers and law students. All our courses are completely practical in nature. We provide courses in two forms: self paced, that is, your recorded lectures. Second is live courses. In the live courses, you'll be having engaging live sessions conducted on Google Meets where you can interact with the faculty. And in our self paced courses as well, you'll be getting recorded lectures, reading materials, and everything. In case you have any doubt, you can still reach out to us. So we are there for you in both the manner. All right. Now we train law students with regard to the actual practical skills they need. We are just not about theoretical knowledge. We actually provide you skills that will help you in getting a job or starting your own practice. We have also collaborated with several colleges, and we have also, whoever has switched on the whiteboard, please stop it. Okay, we have collaborated with various colleges, and we have also trained several law firms as well. And in this session, let's focus on what we are going to study in today's session. So in today's session, we are going to learn about software contracts and how you can create your career as IT lawyer. We'll be also discussing about several contracts used in IT industry and what's the role of each contract. Okay. Are we clear so far? Are you guys with me? Understanding everything? Great. So please be very interactive. Do give me reactions during the session. If you're not understanding anything, then also let me know. So this is going to be around 1 hour session. You'll be getting recording of this session. Also, towards the end of the session, we are going to share a feedback form. Make sure that you're filling up the feedback form and then only drop off the call. Okay. Whoever is using whiteboard, please stop it. Otherwise, we are going to block you from the meeting. Okay. Kindly do not use whiteboard during the meeting. Okay, great. Now, 1 second, everyone. All right, I'll be just sharing my screen quickly with you all. 1 second. Okay, great. I'll be just sharing my screen quickly. Just confirm once my screen is visible to you. So I just want that the session is uninterrupted. That's why I was just changing some settings. Okay. Um, is my screen visible now? I really hope that it is visible to you. Great. All right, then let's start with the session. So, what is our motive today? We are going to understand what are software contracts. Okay, so we'll just start with. Um, Okay. So, what is software contracts and how they are different from your general contracts? Software contracts are also known as your technology contracts, also known as your IT contracts. So, don't get confused if in between the session I'm using different terms like technology contracts or IT contracts or software contracts. They all mean the same. Okay. Now, we'll be understanding with the what is general meaning of software contracts and how they are different from your general contracts, that is your traditional contracts. Before that, can you guys tell me what are contracts in your understanding? What is a contract? Do let me know in the chat box what is your understanding about what are contracts. An agreement enforceable by law, right? That's what we all know, that an agreement enforceable by law is a contract. And under which act your contract is governed in India? Which act governs contracts in India? Give me the full form of the act. Indian Contract Act 1872. Correct. So always remember, whenever someone is going to ask you about the act, make sure you're also mentioning the this thing year as well, along with the act name, and do give the full form of the act. All right. Now, how these contracts are different from your general contracts? What are general or traditional contracts? We all know an agreement enforceable by law is a contract. In order to make an agreement enforceable, it should be having all the essentials of a contract, right? So the basic traditional contracts are between two parties with regard to purchase and sell of something. They purchase something, sell something, and all. But software contracts are very different compared to that. It is just not limited to your essentials of contracts or basic clauses that you might be having understanding about if you have already enhanced your skills in contract drafting. But still, every industry requirement is completely different, be it real estate sector, be it media industry, or be it software industry. Each industry have their own unique requirement, and if you are planning to create your career in particular field, you should be aware of that field and what is demanded in that particular field, right? So what are software contracts? These contracts are used by IT companies and IT professionals. Uh, the contracts that deal with the software nature, what are the rules and regulations, or the scope of work revolving around the software, are known as your software contracts. In very simple scenario, contracts used by IT industries and IT people are known as your software contracts that provide in detail description about the type of software and software services. Are we clear with the basic understanding of your what is software contract and difference between general contract and software contract? Can I have your thumbs up on this? Okay, great. Now let's move ahead. Let's understand what are the skills demanded in software companies and why, as a lawyer, you should be having these skills. We are also going to go through a roadmap that will help you in creating your career as an IT lawyer and how much you can expect. All the things will be covering in today's session. And we are also going to understand about different type of contracts used in IT industry. Okay. Now let's understand about, let's check skills demanded in software companies. So I have with me two opportunities open. I'll just quickly show it to you. Like, if you are someone planning to apply for corporate opportunities, then what type of skills you should be having. So this is a job description of one particular company. What skills? Focus on the skills they are demanding. They are demanding contract lifecycle management skill. So every company have a contract management tool. This is not something you're going to learn in law college. This is something you will be learning when you enter into corporate. Okay, so they do demand skills like contract life cycle management and all. Then they are also going to demand knowledge with regard to the contract drafting, contract review, contract negotiation. And if the opportunity is with a IT company, they are also going to demand knowledge about your intellectual property rights, software contracts. So all the contracts over here, you can see the type of contracts they are demanding: NDAs, DPAs, that is data protection agreement, vendor contracts, SLAs. Then we have SaaS specific agreements and so many things. So if you are someone planning to create your career in IT, you should be aware of what are IT contracts, how to draft IT contracts, because as I said, every contract is different. So you should be knowing what clauses you are required to insert in each contract, how to modify those clauses based on the requirement of the contract. Okay, now let's just focus on another job post. This is with regard to contract specialist. Over here as well, you can focus on the skills they are demanding: SaaS agreement, NDAs, master service agreement. So if you plan to create career in corporate, do learn about how to draft NDA, master service agreement, service level agreement, SaaS agreement, statement of works. You should be aware of these agreements. It is just not limited to having knowledge about these agreements, but also how to modify them. What are the clauses you should be inserting in the same? What type of terms you are required to use in these type of contracts? Now we all are aware of that the world has advanced, technology has increased. We are no longer limited to your laptop or computer or MS Word. Now we have Chat GPT and other AI tools as well, right? So companies are also no longer depending on just MS Office, or they are also just not depending on Chat GPT as well, because that has become kind of basic in your corporate world. Companies have their own tool which they use, and you as a lawyer, you should be aware of how to use these tools as well. So once you enter into corporate, then only you'll be able to know what type of tools companies are using. And if you already have knowledge about these tools when you are in your law college, that will be an added advantage for you. Reason is, you don't just bring in the skill of a law student who has knowledge about the theoretical subjects, but you also have practical knowledge about how to draft a contract, how to negotiate a contract, how to review it, and also how to work on the tool. Okay, so for all these things, we also have several courses in Ledroid. We also have a contract lifecycle management course, as well as your software contract drafting course and contract drafting course in Ledroid. And all the skills that I'm mentioning, we do have courses on that. We'll be covering the details of that towards the end of the session. Okay, now we are because focusing on the type of skills you need. Now let's move on to the roadmap. Like, what is the IT lawyer roadmap? How you can create your career as an IT lawyer in India or abroad. So IT lawyer role is just not limited to India. You can also find opportunities outside India. You can also start working as a freelancer if you have the right skills with you. So it is just not restricted to one location or one area. There, it's a huge field, and payment in this particular sector is paid equivalent to the IT professionals, because this field is that much demanding and that much technical in nature that you should be having knowledge about softwares, or how to modify your contracts and different terminologies related to software. This is a very complex field. That's why lawyers who are working in IT are paid equivalent to the IT professionals. There's a huge demand of IT lawyers in India because India has got many IT companies, and there has been huge demand of employment, and there are very limited lawyers who actually have knowledge about IT contracts. There you will find lawyers who have knowledge about contracts, but there are very few lawyers who have actually worked on IT contracts and have knowledge about it. IT is just not related to your software or the application you are seeing. It is also related to the AI tools, the chat GPT. Someone must have created the policies for chat GPT as well, right? So how to consider these things, that is also demanded in IT lawyer, because the person who drafted it must have been aware of all the scenarios, all the terminologies related to your data protection, intellectual property rights, and much more. Based on that, they have created the policies, and similarly, all IT companies create several IT contracts. Are you guys with me? Are you guys understanding everything so far? Can I have your reactions on this? Okay, great. Now let's understand how you can create your career as IT lawyer. So the first thing you need to do, as I mentioned earlier, just having your college degree is not enough. You, even if you have started working somewhere, still that work experience will not be that much accountable if you're planning to enhance your career, if you're planning to grow in your career. You should be having additional skill sets with you. So you should be learning about specifically intellectual property rights and how to file them, because IPR plays a significant role in your software contracts. As a software lawyer, you should be aware of trademark, patent, copyright, laws related to intellectual property rights, and also sometimes how to file for intellectual property rights. Okay, next is your cyber law and IT Act. You should be having knowledge about IT acts as well. IT Act is your Information Technology Act 2000. You should be having knowledge about these acts as well, because based on that, you'll be including clauses in your contract. You'll be making sure that the contract is complying with the laws, right? So, next is your Cyber Law, Data Protection Act, e commerce laws. You should be having knowledge about all these things. And of course, contract law, that is the basic thing. You should be having knowledge about that as well. So being an IT lawyer, you should be having mixture of skills with you. You should be having knowledge about IPR, contract drafting, contract law. Contract law is different, contract drafting is different. Drafting is plays a completely different role, okay? Because you should be knowing how to put your theoretical knowledge in practical sense and draft the clauses of a contract. Then cyber law, IT Act, and e-commerce and data protection act, these are the basic skills that you should be having. Add on to it, you can also have understanding about AIN law, and several other laws like that. Next is, once you have gathered these skills, or in the meantime when you are doing these courses or enhancing your skills, you should look for internships where you can gain these type of experience. So you can apply in law firms providing you drafting exposure, or in IT companies you can apply for internships, or you can go through several IT contracts. If you're not finding internship anywhere, you can also, visit several websites and start reading the contracts or the policies that are there in those websites. Now, in Ledroit, in our contract drafting course, we also provide you internship. 1 month drafting internship is also provided over there. So, along with the course, you'll be getting internship exposure as well as letter of recommendation in that course. Next is, once you have got the skills, once you have done the internship, the other way you can do is learn about the software contracts. So learn about how to draft these agreements, what are the requirements of each agreement, like SaaS agreement, your service license agreement, all these things. Lastly, another trick is participate in moot court competitions. I know that in law colleges, moot court competitions are mainly kept towards the end as mandatory, but the earlier you start, the better your experience will be. So do participate in moot courts, MUNs, participate in extracurricular activities, because that will enhance your knowledge, and specifically moot courts having IT topics or IPR related topics, because the more you'll research on the topic, the more you'll be enhancing your knowledge, you'll be having a greater idea about it. Okay, so these are the basic things that you should be doing. Now, are we clear with the roadmap? Can we proceed ahead? Everyone? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Now let's just quickly understand about different type of contracts you'll be finding in IT industry. So we are going to now have a general understanding of the usage of each contract. Okay. All right. Before that, let's understand how much you can charge per IT contract. So you can charge based on hourly charges like $25 to $50 per hour if you're working as a freelancer. So if you have knowledge about contract drafting and software contracts, you can create your account on several freelancing platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and over there you'll be paid based on the hour because there's huge demand of IT lawyers and who have actual knowledge about IT contracts and have worked on it. Secondly, if you start working in a company as an IT lawyer, you can expect salary, starting salary, irrespective of your college or anything. Okay. uh, After having knowledge about IT contracts and contract drafting skills, the starting salary can range between your 6 to 7 LPA. Okay. Now then, you can also demand charges based on per contract. Per IT contract, starting charges are 15,000 and above for a basic contract I'm talking about. Rest depends on the complexity of the contract and your experience. How much experience do you have? So there's huge scope in this particular field, and as I said, jobs are just not limited to India. IT lawyers are demanded in US and UK as well, irrespective of that you have done your graduation from India. If you have knowledge about contracts and you have knowledge about the IT contracts, you can apply for opportunities abroad as well. Okay, now let's understand about your contracts used in IT sector, that is your software industry. Okay, now just reconfirming, you guys are with me? All right. Okay. Now let's understand what's the first agreement that you'll be entering into. I'll try to come up with examples as well in between this, okay, to make it easier for you to understand. So, first agreement that always you are supposed to enter is with NDA. We'll understand this with the help of an example. Let's say that you want to create a software, you want to start a new business of e-commerce platform like Amazon. Okay, you want to start your business like Amazon, and for this you are in need of a software. So what you'll do first, you'll look out for IT person, who the software developer who has knowledge about creating the software, right? Or you will look out for the company who can help you with the creation of the e-commerce platform. So what are the IT companies you can think of right now? Do let me know in the chat box what are the IT companies you can think of. Name the IT companies. Infosys, Wipro, TCS, right? Correct. So these are the major IT companies, right? So what you'll be doing, you'll be deciding to whom you want to give this project to based on your budget as well. So when a software needs to be created, that is going to be created from scratch. Like the codes and everything is going to be created from scratch. First thing I'll be doing is, let's say I want to give this project to Infosys, but of course I'll be exploring my options in between. I'll first go ahead with Infosys. um, Before sharing anything about my requirements, before sharing anything, I'll be entering into NDA first. Reason is NDA is your top priority agreement, non-disclosure agreement, also known as your confidentiality agreement, entered between the parties to keep the information shared between them as confidential. That means that parties who have entered into the agreement are not supposed to share information with any third party outside the contract. So this agreement is to protect the information. Why? What if I am sharing an information with you and you use that information for yourself and claim it as yours? Because I was just a client. I did not have resources to develop the software, but you are an IT company. Infosys is an IT company. What if they like my idea and they steal it? They have the resources and everything. So what if they already launched the software in their own name and do it? I need to be assured that my idea is protected and they are not misusing it or anything. Before disclosing what are my software requirements, what type of software I need, I'll be entering into NDA first. That's the reason companies enter into non-disclosure agreements before every deal. Okay. Next is your software development agreement. So our objective was to create an e-commerce platform. So for that we need a software that needs to be developed. First agreement we entered into was your NDA, non-disclosure agreement, that has been entered. Now I'm open to share the requirements, like what are my requirements, what type of software I need, and everything. That will be discussed under our software development agreement, where the parties are going to specify the roles and responsibilities of each other. So I'm going to specify my needs and requirements, that I need a software for e-commerce platform. That software should be providing products such as your let's say clothing platform only, okay, that particularly deals with your clothing. Or that particular platform should also be focusing on the delivery and having these features. I have to elaborate about these things in the software development agreement. And the company that is providing me this software, they are going to discuss about, like, within how much time they are going to provide me this software, how much they are going to charge me for this software, and all such things. That is going to be discussed in your software development agreement. Are you guys with me till here? Are we understanding everything? Okay. Next is your software license agreement and why they are used. I am already giving examples. I hope the examples are easier to understand for everyone else as well. Okay, now what is software license agreement? You can understand the word license is used. That means giving permission. So IT companies not only provide you the software, they not only develop the software, but they also sometimes provide a license to you. Let's consider this with a very basic example. You tell me, okay, this is a question for you. You tell me what you will be doing. Infosys has created a software for their client. Infosys is an IT company. They developed the software for me. Now, who will be considered as actual owner of that software? According to you, who will be considered as an actual owner of the software? The software has been created by Infosys, but the software was demanded by the client. According to you, who should be the actual owner of that software? Do let me know in the chat box. Client. Everyone is saying client. Very good. We have the smart crowd today. You guys are very much mature and intelligent. That's great. So it's going to be the client, but there will be certain specifications. What if in creation of that software, Infosys have used one particular code that they have, uh, let's say, copyrighted? That's their registered particular code that they have used in the client software. So in this scenario, who will be, having ownership of the software? That needs to be decided. So in your software license agreement, parties are going to decide uh, how much, like, what permission do you have, what type of permission you have to use the software, and so even if you download an application, the application that you are downloading on your mobile phone, you click on I agree. That is your way of entering into the contract. By way of that, you are agreeing to the terms and conditions of the IT company, that how you are supposed to use the software, and what will be considered as a violation of the software license agreement. So in your software license agreement, you specify about the terms and conditions and how the particular software needs to be utilized, what are do's and don'ts of using that software, how much permission you have with regard to the software. That is decided in your software license agreement. Next is your maintenance and support agreement. Now the software has been created. What's next? Every now and then you'll see that the software is about to update. Even on your androids or iPhones, you'll notice there are certain notifications that is sent, that waiting for an update. Even WhatsApp as well, it also gets updated from time to time. So all the softwares needs to be updated, so there should be someone who is maintaining it, because there will be huge traffic on the website, there can be huge traffic on the application. You have to provide constant support to it, so the software is running smoothly. All these things will be decided in your maintenance and support agreement. Are we clear? So in our example, that where my demand was to create an e-commerce platform, and the Infosys is providing me the e-commerce platform, the contract will just not end there. Like, they have provided me the software, I have paid them the amount, that's all. It's not limited to that. It's much more about it, because I need someone who is going to help me with the continuous running of the application. There should be someone who is there in IT support to help me with the constant running of the platform. What if there is a payment issue, people are not able to pay, what if people are not able to purchase the product, or any type of technical issue is there, there should be an IT team who is going to support me with that. All these details will be covered under your maintenance and support agreement. Are we clear? Okay. Next is your cloud service agreement. So, what is cloud service? We all use Google account, right? We all have used G Drive, Google Drive. So where all these data get stored? They get stored in the cloud. G Drive is a cloud location where our data is being stored. You even your mobile phones have a limit capacity to, like, there's a storage capacity how much data you can store on your mobile. But when it comes to your Google Photos or Google Drive, over there you get a lot of capacity. The data is not actually stored on your mobile, but it is stored on the cloud. Same is for the companies. This was our day to day routine. But in companies, they have huge data. So they sometimes have to take subscription services from Google as well, from Microsoft. All these companies provide you cloud services as well, explaining about where your data will be stored, how much charge will be taking from you for this particular service, how will be protecting your data, and everything that will be discussed under your cloud service agreement, where one party is in need of storage in cloud and the other party is providing that storage. So it's more like a locker that you're taking services for. Okay, now let's understand about other types of contracts. Next is your IT outsourcing agreement. Now, what is IT outsourcing? Let's understand with outsourcing first. Outsourcing refers to giving your work to a third party. Means you're giving your work to some third person. Let's consider an example. Are we aware of IKEA? What IKEA does? Can anyone tell me? We all are aware of IKEA, right? IKEA is into furniture. Now, what they will be doing? IKEA is into furniture. But they need an application to be developed. They don't. They will be having team who is focusing on sales and marketing. They'll be having team who is focusing on the product manufacturing and everything. But they do not have an IT team. So now, if they need an application to be created, they have two options. One, they can create their own internal IT team by hiring engineers and all. Second, they can give this work to someone else already. So what is so other companies that are already providing this thing, software application services, I can simply give my work to them and get it done instead of hiring a permanent employee with me. So what IKEA will do, they will take up this particular project to Infosys and give this project to Infosys, like create a software for me. So this is known as outsourcing, that I outsourced my company work to a third party. I gave my company work to a third party in exchange of certain consideration. That is your IT outsourcing agreement, that describes about what type of service you are outsourcing, for how long you are going to outsource these services, how much the other party is charging, what are their roles and responsibilities during this tenure. That will be covered in your IT outsourcing agreement. Are you guys with me? Are you guys understanding everything so far? Okay. Next is uh, consultancy agreement. So what is consultancy agreement? Consultancy agreement basically means that you are giving advisory, you are giving advice to a person. Lawyers also act as consultants, right? What you do, you give advice to your clients, like what they should be doing in particular scenario. Same is with your software developers. they receive several demands. So based on the demand of the client, they provide them consultancy, like what type of software will be useful for you, what should be the features in that software, how this software can help you in running your business, and so on. So there are several IT consultancies that help businesses in growing by providing them softwares that will be useful for their business day to day requirement. So if you have heard of terms business management or contract management, so these companies, what they do, they provide consultancy services to other company. Infosys is a very big company, it's a mature company, we all know, compared to a startup that has started that has started their business right now. So Infosys, what they'll be doing, the softwares they have developed to help these startups, in running their businesses smoothly. So Microsoft Office, that is used by companies to have all their data at one place, right? So what they are doing, they are providing you services of the software, like which software will be useful for them. So IT consultancy companies provide you guidance on, based on your requirements of your company, which software will be useful for you, that will help you in your business. Are we clear with the understanding of IT consultancy agreement? Okay. Next is your SaaS agreement. It is known as your software as a service agreement. That is the full form of your SaaS, software as a service agreement. So in this particular agreement, what parties are going to do? If I'm taking a software from a company, let's say that contract management tool. Okay, so there are several companies that provide you contract management services. Or let's say Netflix, that's much a better example you guys will be able to relate to. Netflix is a software. What you guys are doing, you're watching movies and series over there. So you are paying something in return to the Netflix to use their software application. What is so that is your SaaS agreement, where you are taking services of Netflix to watch the series and movie on their software application. That is your SaaS agreement, where the parties are going to explain about what type of services being offered, how much amount is being charged, for how long the service is going to be provided. That is the purpose of your SaaS agreement. Okay. Next is your EULA, end user license agreement. In this particular agreement, you are going to find the details like how to use the software. Have you installed game applications through that CD, like Counter Strike or any other game? IGI, Counter Strike, Mario, or any other games if you used to play earlier, or GTA Vice City. So, whenever you install these applications on your laptop or computer, you have to click on I agree, right? You have to click on I agree, or you'll be finding, if you have installed these applications by way of a CD, on the back of the CD you'll be finding certain terms and conditions. So what are those are your EULA, end user license agreement. These agreements are specifying how you are supposed to use the gaming application, how you are supposed to use this app. You are not allowed to uh, you know create a copy of this game and upload it. So you must have come across several copy pasted pirated version of MS Word as well. Because for using Microsoft on your laptop, you need to have a license, and sometimes some people pirate it. That means provide your copied product so that you don't have to pay for it. So in your EULA, you're going to specify about what are the rights the client is getting and what license you're giving to him. So when you download a game application, you are getting the right to use that gaming application. These are the features that you'll be getting. Now, if you want to add on any additional features to your character, you have to pay a certain amount for the same. So all these things are specified in your end user license agreement, like how you are supposed to use the particular application, and for using additional features in that application, you are supposed to pay for it. All these things will be covered in your EULA. Are we clear so far? Are you guys understanding? Okay, great. Now let's understand about your next agreement, that is your website or application development agreement. This is very easy and I really believe you will be able to understand. So what are this? Website or application development agreement means the agreement that is being entered at the initial stage of the website or application creation. So how the app will be created, how the website will be created, what will be the features of the website, how the website will look like, what type of icons will be used, how much time it will take. All these things will be decided in your website or application development agreement. Next is your IT infrastructure and system integration agreement. So now, software. What is software? Basic understanding of software is something that is installed on your computer that you can see, right? Something that is visible to you. You cannot touch it. It's something visible to you. But how you are creating this software, how you are making it visible to you by way of a hardware, that is your laptop, computer, right? So software in itself will not be sufficient till the time we have a hardware product that is supporting it. You are able to watch this session on your laptops or on your mobile phones because you have a phone with you. If you don't have a phone, where the software will be, right? Same as with your IT companies. Whatever software they are providing, they are in need of infrastructure, the products that will be showcasing these softwares. The cloud storage, which I am saying, cloud storage, what we do, we upload our data on Google Drive. We say that it is on the cloud, but where is that cloud? Does it mean your normal cloud, which rains? No, that is not the cloud we are talking about. Cloud storage is created somewhere. So if I'm purchasing G Drive subscription or uploading my data on the Google Drive, the cloud storage is at the Google headquarters. They have created a proper storage system with bit lockers and everything. They have a storage, proper cold storage. They have the infrastructure where our data is being uploaded over there. So like, not sure if you guys can relate it now or not, but we used to have pen drives, we used to have certain memory cards on our mobile phones earlier, okay, where we used to upload our data with, they used to come under 5 GB, 2 GB, 10 GB, and so what these memory cards used to do, they used to store our data. Now imagine when we are using memory cards on our phone, same type of memory cards are used, installed in the Google headquarters in big quantity, where all our data is being stored. So actually, the cloud storage means that you are uploading your data somewhere in the headquarters where actually a big data drive is there. So for this, someone needs to create the computer, someone needs to create the hardware for that. That is your IT infrastructure system integration agreement, where I'm going to specify what type of hardware I need, how the infrastructure will be created. So for supercomputers, you need cold storage. The computer needs to be at a cold storage so the temperature is, moderated, it doesn't heat up a lot. How the infrastructure will be created, all these details will be mentioned under your IT infrastructure and system integration agreement. Okay, next is your escrow agreement. The word is very fancy, you might get confused with it. Escrow agreements, what are these agreements? um will have a basic understanding of this. Okay, escrow agreement basically means that I am the IT company that created the software, you are my client. Now there are certain codes that are used in creating a software, certain special codes that we are using in creating the software. What if the client refuses to pay me, or what if the software developer, let's go with software developer, that software developer dies. So in this scenario, the software he has created, he was only aware of the codes he has used in creating the software. How the client will be able to give this project to someone else now? How he'll be able to give this project to someone else now, because he doesn't have the access to the codes that were used for creating that software. Are you guys understanding the situation? That one software developer was creating the software, he used several special codes in creating that software. Now in between the process, the developer died. Client still needs the software to be developed. How he is going to complete this project? He is going to hire someone else for creating the software, correct? How he'll be doing it? He'll be now giving this project to a third party, another software developer, who is going to create this software, but that developer is going to have access of your codes that are going to be used. So there is an escrow agent. Escrow agent is someone, let's say, let's consider a bank only, bank locker system, okay? Escrow agent will be having record of the code that the previous software developer was using for creating that software. Now if I want to ge- reassign my software to someone else, I'll be needing this particular thing, access of the code from the escrow agent. So for these particular scenarios, the details will be mentioned under your escrow agreement. The That is your locker agreement. Understand it in this way, that this is a locker agreement where you are give giving your code as a security, that in case any mishap happens, the escrow agreement will be explaining the scenario, that how the code will be released out. Are we clear? Confusing? Okay. Next is your technology partnership or collaboration agreement. Now, in this particular agreement, what you are supposed to do, software companies also collaborate with each other, because when several softwares are very big or very longer, like they need a lot of man force in order to complete the software. So in that scenario, two companies will collaborate. So let's say there's a government project, government needs IT, this thing, you file your returns, income tax returns online, right? So someone must have created that application, the website and everything. That's a very big project, government cannot hold on to it. So Infosys and Wipro will merge together. For that particular project, they will collaborate together to complete that particular IT website. So for this collaboration, they'll be entering into technology partnership or collaboration agreement, explaining the roles and responsibilities they have divided among each other, and how much they'll be charging for these things. So that is your technology partnership and collaboration agreement. Are we clear, everyone? Okay, so that's all. With that, we have come to an end of today's session. I really hope you guys enjoyed the session. Be on the call. I'll be sharing the feedback form with you. Okay, now we can have your questions and answers. You can drop your questions and answers in the chat box. I'll make sure to reply to all your queries. Before that, if you love the session and are really interested in learning about how to draft software contracts, I'll be just quickly taking you through the details of the course, that is an upcoming course on software contracts, where you're going to learn about these agreements, whatever agreements we talked about. You're going to understand how to draft these agreements, what are the terms and conditions, what are the type of clauses, terminologies you should be using while drafting these agreements and everything. It's a 12-day course. You're going to understand about software license agreement drafting, types of software license. So even in software, there are different type of licenses, there are different modes of payment, there are different ways of development. So each topic is further elaborated. It's a very huge field, so it's a very technical course where you are going to understand about IT terminologies, what type of terms you're supposed to use in your contract, how to draft these contracts, and also practice them. So in this particular course, there will be several assignments as well, where you are actually going to draft software agreements and get face to face feedback on your performance. So the last session of the course is going to be a feedback session, where you'll be getting feedback on how you have drafted your contract, what are the areas to improvise, and so on. The duration of the course is 12 days. It is starting from your 15th October, and the timings are going to be 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. In the materials, you're going to receive ebooks, sample drafts, as well as recordings for future reference, and the classes are going to be engaging. So whatever doubts you have, you can directly ask during the session. All right. So the course is currently under offer price. The actual fee for the course is 2000, but it is under offer price of 1500 right now. Okay, and the certificate you'll be getting, that is ISO certified, and Ledroit is registered under MSME and MCA. So you're getting properly recognizable certificate that is valid all over the world. Now, if you're someone who doesn't have knowledge about contracts at all, like currently in first year, second year, and not aware of contract drafting, For software contract, you should be having knowledge about drafting of a basic contract, because this is a very advanced course. If you are not aware of how to draft a contract, you'll not be able to understand the terminologies used in this particular course. Okay, so if you are someone who is planning to start about contracts from scratch, you can go for this contract drafting course, where you are going to understand about how to draft a contract from scratch, what are the things to consider, what are contracts, type of contracts, what are standard form of contracts, e-contracts, registration of contracts. Then we are going to understand drafting of your non-disclosure agreement, master service agreement, addendum, statement of work, service level agreements, all the agreements that you just saw in the job post that we saw earlier. Everything will be covered in this. Plus you'll be getting internship experience in this particular course of 1 month, plus letter of recommendation. So this course is highly beneficial if you are planning to create your career in corporate sector. Same in this as well, you'll be practicing contract. You'll be getting 2 to 3 assignments to draft a contract. These will be practical scenarios, not bookish scenarios. These will be practical scenarios where you have to analyze the situation and accordingly draft a contract, and then you'll be getting feedback on your performance, like how you have drafted the contract and so. Both the courses will be conducted by me. Okay, the duration of contract drafting course is your 15 days, and in this as well, you'll be getting certificate towards the end of the session, and reading material, sample drafts, and the recordings will be provided. So the course fees is currently 2000 at offer price, and the course is starting from your 30 September, this 30 September only. Okay, now, if you want to enroll for both the courses, software contracts and contract drafting, you can enroll them at the offer price. Total is 3,500. But if you want to go for both the courses, the combo price is 3,000, and you're getting 500 off on registering for both. All the details will be shared in the group, the webinar group. I hope you are there in the webinar group. If not, I'll just share the link of it, because in the group we are going to notify you about, like, when the certificates are shared. We are also going to share the details about the courses in the same group only. Okay, I'll just share the link of the group. Make sure you have joined this group. I'm also sharing the link of our general WhatsApp group. Over there, we keep on updating about our courses, upcoming webinars, and workshops. So, we oftenly conduct such workshops as well. I'll just share the link of general WhatsApp group as well. Okay. All right. So, in this particular group, we also share job and internship opportunities. Okay, you can join that. Now, I'm sharing the feedback form link for which you guys were waiting for. Are you guys with me, everyone? Okay. Now I'll just share the feedback form with you. Meanwhile, do let me know how you found the session. Like, did you learn something today? Was it interactive? Like, or you learned something insightful? Uh, okay. I'm sharing the link. Just give me a second. Make sure that you're filling in your correct details in the form. Based on that, your certificates will be issued. When your certificates will be issued, that will be issued by next week. I'm repeating, your certificates will be issued by next week. So today is your Saturday. By next Sunday, your certificates will be sent out. Okay, we'll be updating in the same group over there. Um, okay, all right. Do let me know if you guys are able to access. Make sure you fill up the form and then leave the call. People who are filling up the form are only going to receive the certificate. All right, just shared the uh, form link with you. The software contract and contract drafting course can be done by people from IT industry as well. And if you are someone from MBA background, you can also do the course. CA and CS people can also go for contract drafting and software contract drafting course. Okay. For the other, okay. For kindly drop if you have not received certificate. If this is with regard to the legal drafting session, we already informed that the certificates will be sent by Wednesday. So kindly do not, mention about that over here. I just shared the form link with you. Are you guys able to access it or not? I'll just reshare it with everyone once again. Now you guys are able to access the link. Okay, great. Make sure you're filling in correct details and then you can drop off the call. All right, we'll be sharing the details of the course on the group, and your certificates will be sent out after a week, next Sunday. Remember that, okay? We'll be updating about the certificates once they are shared in the group itself. All right, that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. Thank you so much for learning with me, okay? Uh, that's all. Thank you, everyone. Happy learning.